Welcome back to News Inside on Landslide News. The soul for the fight of Rivers State continues. It has shifted to the PDP as a political party. Who rules PDP? Who is the one in charge of PDP? According to what we've heard from the past, it's always the governor that is the head of the party in the state. But in the case of PDP in Rivers State at the moment, it hasn't been like that. Two factions coming up. One loyal to the former minister, led by Chukwuemeka, and the other one led by one Owo that wants to rule PDP. Now, guys, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, always on the news these days. Only God knows when it's going to end. Philip?
Yeah, Rivers State is always on the news for the wrong reason.
Yes.
This time around is the battle for the soul of Rivers State. The battle has shifted to the PDP, which is the ruling party as it were in Rivers State today. What it means that the person who is in charge of PDP is most likely to produce the PDP candidate for 2027. So what is playing out is actually the battle for 2027 and not just the leadership of PDP. Yes, the news is awash with the court judgment in Rivers State that nullify the Congress that produced the executive of the PDP in Rivers State led by Aaron Chukwuemeka, which is claimed to be loyal to the FCT Minister. Before their emergence, there's a Sketka committee head by one Ewo, a state committee which is loyal to the governor, Fubara. Now, after the election, these people went to court having been dissatisfied with the action of the national body. And they said, no, before this election, we got court injunction restraining you from conducting the election, but you still went ahead and you conduct election and you produced governor. Court, please, does this election stand? Help us to interpret. And the court said, yes, you are right, this election cannot stand. So the election of the state executive of the PDP led by Mr. Aaron Chukwuemeka was nullified and give power to the state committee chairman led by L. Oh. So this has been the issue. When this happened, there's the L-led group said they were coming to take over the secretary of the PDP on Thursday. Meanwhile, the L group also said they are taking over. So the police laid a siege, or rather they took over the secretary. But the Aaron group moved in and said, we're in possession, we're the executive elected, we're in office. Yes, there's a judgment, but we're going to appeal against it. They called for peace and they said they want peace in Rivers State, don't want confrontation. The Aaron group on the other side also said, yes, we want peace, but there are a lot of things that is not right within the PDP in Rivers State that we need to attend to, that the court has given us judgment. By this judgment, we are going to look at the issue of anti-party as it played out in the 2023 general elections, okay? And that the city governor is the leader of the PDP in the state, that everybody should be loyal to him and respect him. This is where we are. Where do we go from here, Rivers State, once again? Well, it's yet to be decided because, as for me, my opinion, the way I understand it, if there's a court in judgment, no matter how poor, how it's gotten, it's a judgment of the court and it stands until it's set aside. So long as the court has given judgment that this, the present PDP-led executive by Aaron, the election is not and void. So I believe the war is the one until the judgment is appealed.
The PDP, as it is in the state, has factions. The court has given their judgment, but we've not seen the court judgment carried out. And now the faction, that's the Ewo faction that wants to take over, cannot fully take over. The Aaron Chukwuemeka's faction says that we will appeal, and we've not seen that appeal come forth. Where do we go from here?
They should respect court judgment. They should respect rule of law. I think the judiciary should look into abuse of court. I'm not a lawyer, so they should not hold it on me. But when a court passes judgment, and there are a group of people, Nigerians, that know that there's a judgment passed by a court, they didn't go to a higher court. They've not go to appeal that judgment. They go ahead to still conduct another Congress on their own, and then there's another judgment that refuse to recognize their faction. They should respect that court. Judiciary has a hand to play in stabilizing our democracy. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They should not always follow technicality, which is what they've always follow in terms of our elections, and has put us where we are today, where you clearly see somebody that have lost election finding himself because INEC declare him and then telling you to go to the court, and you still go to that court, and the court is delaying justice, delaying judgment, and then demand that snatch or steal the mandate is enjoying it. In the case of Rivers State, there were elected members that were supposed to occupy that position. There's a faction that they says, okay, fine, because there was disagreement. Some people went this way and said they are not going to recognize these people. And then they went ahead to conduct their problem. There's a court injunction to stop them. They still went ahead, that's all I understand, and conducted and elected themselves. And today they want to impose themselves on the people of Rivers State. And like we have all known, the highest occupied elected office in any state by any party is automatically the leader of that party.
Okay, so now we are looking at the fact that similarly Fubara is still trying to find his feet and move the party in the direction that he wants it to be.
That is it. That is it. And
so why has the PDP at the national level not acted up on that?
Well, PDP at national level, I don't know if they have that power to step down into a particular state and begin to pilot the affairs of the state. But of course, the fight in the PDP in Rivers State has to do with two strong men, a sitting elected governor and a former governor of PDP in the state.
Who is now a minister?
Who is now a minister.
But we've also had that before. We've also had, when Wike was governor, the immediate past governor, which was Rotimi Amechi, became a minister. But he didn't delve into the...
Because you understand the respect for governance, respect for rule of law, and that was his personal way of life. So, but what I'm trying to say now is this. I still complain that the judiciary have a hand in this problem because they have the power to address this thing in a short period, in a very short period of time, and they seem to be relaxed, allowing them to be killing themselves. I don't know.
All right. The judgment from the court, the execution of the judgment, how do they carry it out?
Now, you see, the case of Rivers State is very pathetic. Now, the two faction or the two masters in Rivers State, the sitting governor and the former governor, are fighting for the soul of Rivers State and using the PDP as an offer. You know, the question is who is the leader of the party in Rivers State? The answer is simple: is the sitting governor.
That's similar Fubara.
Yeah, the sitting governor just conducted a local government election, but PDP didn't win any local government. Not even
was it as a result of the fact that Aaron Chukwuemeka's camp?
That's where I was going.
Okay.
So if you know that you have what it takes to reclaim the party, and now you have disenfranchised the party for having any local government chairman, where do we go from there? The question you asked about the judgment. Yes, when there's a judgment, there are processes you need to follow for you to execute the judgment. When the court made a pronouncement in the open court, the people that got the judgment had to apply for the judgment to be executed. And it's a process. It is when that process is completed that the court will now issue execution order to the police to go ahead and execute the judgment.
Okay.
So all of this had to play out. Because you see the problem with us today is that once there's a judgment, people just go to the pages of newspaper and say all manners of things. Yeah,
but there's a process.
Yeah, there's a process. They've got to judgment. Have they formalized the process? And when you are trying to formalize those processes, the people that you got judgment against also trying to appeal. That was also a process. If the two come at the same time, they will stay at your action and they wait for their appeal until their appeal is heard. So that's what it says, stay of execution. So the status will remain the way it is until the appeal is heard and done with. So as it is today, it is just the physics of what judgment has been given and all of that. The truth remains that the two sides are right to a large extent. The people that got judgment against, they have right to appeal, and time is still on their side.
And the people that got
judgment solve to process their execution. Have they processed their execution?
So we don't know if the execution has been processed
or not.
But one thing we know is that they have not appealed.
Because we don't know whether they have appealed or not.
Because the Chukwuemeka Aaron said they have not appealed.
He said they will appeal.
Yes.
From that time till now, we don't know.
We don't know.
So it's balanced. So the thing is that, yes, but what is Germain here is that there's a judgment, and when there's a judgment,
and the judgment should be carried out.
The judgment stands, and the judgment as it is in the eyes of the law. The Chukwuemeka-led body,
they are out.
They are out until they appeal the judgment.
So I want to ask, who is enjoying the fracas or the issues that are not right in Rivers State? Who is enjoying it? Because obviously, not the populace.
It's a very sad. It's a very good question. Who is enjoying it? Yes. I think the actors are the one enjoying it, because not the masses. Obviously, it's not the masses. The actors are the sitting governor, Nyesom Fubara, and the former governor, who is de facto godfather, Nyesom Wike. These are the people enjoying it because they are the one. Every day their names are everywhere. Wike.
But this is the bet. Both these factions that we have, that's the governor and the former governor, they don't control the executive. How come the executive normally stay away in execution? Because in the case of local government election, we didn't see police and we didn't see other security agencies. That's why I said, beyond these two people, who else is enjoying it?
Well, that question, I cannot answer it because I don't know who is enjoying it. So if you say you don't see security forces, but they were civil defense, they are security agencies. So
I don't want to go to that of security because the CJ of civil defense got into trouble because of that.
Well, I don't know about
I'm telling you that.
I think what is happening in Rivers State, just from the question you asked, who is enjoying it? When two elephants fight, the ground suffers it. And either you like it or not, we know that two people are interested in Rivers State, even though the both of them are PDP by being members.
Yes.
The former governor and the present governor. The former governor is more of an APC person by association and actions. All right? So if he cannot
That's from what we can see now.
Yes. If he cannot get his hold on Rivers State, then the APC should be the ones that will be enjoying what is happening in Rivers State, because the stability there will give them an upper hand, an advantage. Because if PDP cannot get their house right, there's every tendency that 2027 they may lose to APC. So I think to answer that question, APC must be the ones that will be enjoying this. And I would not want to say they might be behind the federal might, which is the executive, which is the police that the governor,
which the governor has accused before.
Yes, and the governor is supposed to be the strength of the governor to carry out some actions. Now, if they are not loyal to him like he has accused them before, invariably working for Wike and APC, then APC are the ones that are, of course, at the advantage side of the whole crisis.
Well, Philip said he doesn't really know. Honorable Eli said it could be APC. We'll keep our tabs on these issues in Rivers State. Still on News Insight, we'll be right back.